Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. Today, as you can tell by that title, I'm just gonna be giving y'all some insight on my journey of me becoming a hairstylist and all the things that I had to go through or went through in order to get to where I am today, because I feel like a lot of people don't understand that it really takes time, dedication, and faith to even get to a point of where you want to be or comfortable. So I'm gonna just give y'all the rawness of my whole journey, because I feel like people don't really tell you what they have to deal with to get to where they at. And a lot of people see, you know, they only see what's put out. They don't really know what's going on behind closed doors. They don't know things that are said. They don't know how things affected a person. So I guess I'm gonna just keep it real with y'all, because a lot of people want to know how I got here, or the steps, or how did I go about this and how I go about that. And it's really a lot. It's really a lot, and it was very stressful, but I'm gonna give it to y'all how y'all want it. Okay, so I'm just gonna start with the beginning. So for all those people that are asking, oh, was hair your passion? Have you started when you were younger and blah, 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 all that before? No. So when I graduated high school, I did not want to do hair. Hair was not even a thought process in my mind. When I graduated high school, I really didn't know what I wanted to do. It was just kind of like, okay, you graduated. Now it's like college or college period. It was just like community college, or you know, a big university, or whatever the case was. But I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do, and I know that I didn't want to waste anybody's money on school, and I didn't have a goal or a plan. So I went to a community college for like a semester, y'all, and I just found out that it wasn't for me. And that's okay. School is not for everybody. It is for some people, but it's not for everybody. You do not have to go to a four-year community college to be successful. Like, don't let nobody tell you that you do, because you don't. Like, it is what it is. So I went to a community college for a semester, y'all, and I took the regular English. I think I was taking like 2 classes. Don't know why, but I took English and I took psychology. Why psychology? Couldn't even tell you. But I passed English, but I failed psychology. Big whoops. But for me, I was like, yeah, no. After that semester, I was like, I'm not going back to school. I need to find something that I can do where I can make money year round. And the type of person that I am, I'm a very hands-on person, so I have to physically be doing something to enjoy it. Jobs were, you know, every job has its seasons change, and for me, I didn't like that. Like, you know, you work at attractions like SeaWorld, like you work there, and it's a moment where it's winter and now they're not putting you on the schedule. So it was like I was getting used to working. Like, when you work consistently, it's like you're used to it. Oh, I gotta get up, I gotta go to work. And then all of that changes, is like, dang, what I'm gonna do now? Now I really don't want to go to work, because I'm just at home sitting waiting to get put on the schedule. So it was kind of like I was kind of like battling jobs, and I didn't like that. So I was like, dang, what can I do? And I started, before I even had that process, I was already doing like my own ponytails. Y'all know, like gorilla snot ponytails, putting the weave in the back. Yeah, I was doing my ponytail, and I was doing like my closest friends' ponytail. So I was like, dang, y'all know, I was just like, dang, I could do hair. Like, you know, it's something to do, it's hands-on, I go to school. So I knew someone who did my hair when I was younger, and, you know, growing up or whatever. I knew she did hair, so I asked her, like, you know, what hair school you went to? I want to go to hair school or whatever. So when I told her that, she, you know, suggested that I work under her as her assistant, and, you know, when I get in school, boom, bam. So I was like, okay, cool, you know, why not work with somebody that's already doing it, and then, you know, gradually, gracefully transition. So I started working with her as her assistant. She was doing, this is like when laces kind of just popped out, like just popped out. It was like 2017. So I went to work with her, and I was her assistant. I was braiding down heads and stuff. So she taught me, you know, basic foundation. She taught me, but the whole time, the crazy thing is, the whole time that I was working with her, I never paid attention to actual laces. Like, I paid attention to, like, you know, what she was doing, but I never took the time to technically learn it. So it was kind of weird, but I liked working with her, and it was easy, quick money. She was paying me $20 a head. She had like 5 people a day, so I'm making $100 a day. At the end of the week, I'm making $500. You don't even make that in a job for 2 weeks. You're making like $400, depending on what the pay is. So I was just like, okay, this is cool. Like, I could do this. But eventually, it never was about the money. It was always just like, I had fun doing it. Like, I enjoyed doing it. And then the money just came. So then after I started working with her, I had enrolled in school already, so I was just working with her during the time being, so like during the summer. So like, I quit my job and everything working with her. And I had started school that August, and school was fun. I'm not gonna lie, school was fun. I'm not gonna sit here and tell y'all that I paid attention to everything in school, because I didn't. I really didn't. Like, the more hands-on part, yes. But as far as the book work, like, I learned a lot of things. Don't get me wrong. I did learn a lot of stuff, but when I say I didn't pay attention, I mean like the technical parts of coloring, if you know what I mean. Like, I feel like that's the one thing that I struggle with in hair school. But overall, hair school was an amazing journey for me. I honestly did not think that I would even pass the test, but I did. When I first took my test, I did fail both parts, because I went in there thinking that I knew everything. And it's like, you do know what you're taking, but once you get the test, it's kind of like, oh shit. Like, it's like, oh, do I remember it? Like, so I really didn't think I thought I passed the first time, but I didn't. So then when I took it again, I passed the second part. So I was like, okay, cool. Like, I'm in there, I got my license. Boom, boom, bam. So school, hair school, all that was like easy breezy. I dedicated my life to school. I did work though. When I went to hair school, I did work. So school was like from 7 a.m. to 2:40 p.m. and then I would go to work from 5 to like 11. Like, I had like a part-time night job at a restaurant. So I was making money, and I was still in school, because, you know, you still gotta have an income, because school is not paying you to be there. Like, you paying them to be there. So you still gotta make sure you know, you're doing all that. So school, everything was a breeze. Now, even when I finished school, I was not doing nobody hair, y'all. I was not playing that type of game. Like, I did not want to do nobody hair until I got my license, because, you know, people are people. Like, people do really grimy stuff. Like, you do their hair, you mess it up, you don't give them their money back, or whatever the case may be. They like to do stuff to hinder you from getting further on with whatever you got going on. So I didn't want to mess nothing up for me until I got my actual license. So I did not start doing hair until I got my actual license, because that's just the mindset that I had at the time. And so this is where the test became for my whole entire career. When I graduated hair school and I got my license, there was this salon that I used to go to all the time and get my hair done, you know, throughout high school. So, and it was like a, you know, like a family friend salon type of thing. So when I left hair school, got my license, I really didn't have a choice on where I wanted to go and work at. Like, it was kind of like it was already set up for me, which I'm not gonna say that I'm ungrateful for, because I'm very grateful that I had the experience that I had at the first salon that I worked in. But it definitely was not a choice of like, okay, Brianna, what do you want to do when you get your license? Where do you want to go? Do you want to work here? Do you want to start here? Do that, do that, do that. But it was like, okay, you can work at this salon because you know all of these people here, which is cool. I worked there for a year, And don't get me wrong, when I first started, it was amazing. Like, it was like a door that opened that I didn't even have to open. Like, it was just already there, which was cool. But then things started to change, and it started to feel like I was working a job. And when you know, go to a tech school, or, you know, get your license for something, that's steps that you're taking to be a successful person, as your own individual person. So that's what I wanted to get away from, you know, working a job where these people tell me I can't have my hair like this, I can't have my nails like this, I can't wear this, and I have to wear that. And I did not want to feel like that when I graduated hair school. So I started working there, and it was cool. And I get it, you know, you work at salons and you have to abide by their rules, which is fine. But me, I'm a very free spirit person. I like to do what I want to do. So eventually it became, you know, it became very jobbish, and I didn't like that. It was a point where I had to wear this, which is fine, because, you know, as a salon owner, you want to look professional. I mean, you want the workers in your salon to be professional, and, you know, all those good stuff. So, which is cool. But me wearing certain clothes didn't bother me, but, you know, whatever. I had to wear certain things, and then it became like, if I would leave to go get food or leave to do anything, just something that I wanted to do is, where you going, what time you coming back. Like, it was like I was being clocked. And once it became that point to like being clocked, I was like, okay, that's one, like, you know, red flag that I really didn't like, because like, I don't work for you, you know, like I have to pay you to be here. So it's like, I get it, but I don't get it. So then, okay, when you, as a hairstylist, when you're coming up and you work in a salon, they have these the options of being commission or booth rent. So when I started, I did commission, and at this salon, the commission was, it was like half. So if I did say I was to do a silk press that cost $50, I would have to give the owner $25, and I would get $25. And that's just how it was. And then after that client left and came back, that became your client. Make sense? So it was like, if it was their first time coming in and you do this for $50, I have to give the owner $25, and then I would get the other $25. And if that client came back to me, I would get everything from that client. Okay, so I was open to it because, you know, I didn't know. I was fresh. I'm fresh out of school. Like, I'm just geeked to do hair. So then it would be like the end of the week, y'all. The end of the week. And like, I just remembered it so vaguely. Like, it was the end of the week, and I just knew I made so much money. Like, I knew I made money, and I had like $200. And y'all, I cried. Like, I cried because I'm just like, bro, what is this? Like, I understand you gotta come up and you gotta do this, but it's like, like, I know my potential. I know I could be doing so much, you know, more. But like I said, it was a lesson, you know, a lesson learned. It's something that I had to learn. It's something that I had to experience to understand it. So after that, I was just like, I don't really want to do commission. Like, I'd rather, you know, work for myself, promote myself, and do this, because I had other creative ideas that I wanted to do as far as my own brand. And then, you know, social media was a popping thing. So I'm like, okay, I know I could promote myself on social media. I could do this and I could do that, and I know it's gonna work out for me. So after I seen that I didn't really make, you know, what I expected to make. And another thing, me coming out of hair school and working in the salon with other people that work in the salon, I thought in my mind that, okay, once I get in the salon, I'm gonna be making money just like them. Like, that was my expectations for me. So when I made those $200, I was like, I was frantic. Like, I can't pay my car note with this. Like, this is 1 week and I only made $200. Like, this feels like a job. So I'm just like, like, I started crying because it was just like, no. So after that, I was like, I don't want to do commission. Like, I want to do booth rent. Like, I want to work and make my money. You know, I want to see if I can do it, make my own prices, and, you know, just promote myself like that. So I changed from working commission to booth rent. And the booth rent there was like, I think it was either $150. I think it's like $150 a week. which is not bad at all. That's really light. But you know, as you're starting out being a hairstylist, you're not really making that much money for real. So I did have to like work and build my clientele, but I knew that commission was something that I didn't want to do. And I knew that me working booth rent, well, me having to pay booth rent would just make me work harder as an individual stylist and, you know, get myself together. So I started doing that, and I started making enough money, enough to pay my booth rent, which was cool because, you know, I'm still building, I'm still learning. But me personally, I started to feel like I was failing because, as I said before, I'm working in the salon with all these hairstylists who's making all this money, and I expect to be making the same amount of money, which is it's very naive of me to think that way because, like I said, I just graduated hair school. So of course I'm not gonna just jump out the gate with all these clients and making all this money. So what really turned for me and me wanting to change everything about my career was, like I said, I love working at the salon. It was a lot of older people, so I felt like, you know, older people like to take you under their wing, teach you the ropes and do that, but it just felt like everybody was down my back about something. Not everybody, but it was just like everybody was trying to teach me how to do this, tell me how to tell. It was like everybody was telling me how to do something instead of letting me kind of figure it out on my own, which is cool because, like I said, they're older, so they know more than I do, and I'm always open to listening and learning. But it became a point where I was trying to build myself up as an individual stylist who just graduated hair school, y'all. I just got out of hair school. I was trying to build myself up, figure out ways to be different, and, you know, ways to grow myself as an individual stylist. And y'all know social media is like a young people platform in a sense. So it became a point where everybody wanted me to help them with something. Like I would take videos and take pictures and you know, like when you're working in the older salon, they don't really take pictures. They kind of go by the, oh, we finna go pass out some cards and we finna go, you know, do the footwork. But now it's like we're in a new era, like everything's on social media. So I kind of taught myself and, you know, not research, but I kind of taught myself and I figured out ways to expand my brand online because I knew that that was a big platform for me as a hairstylist. So it became a point where it was like, oh, Brianna, can you take my picture? Can you take my picture of my client and post this for me and do this for me and do this for me? And I'm just like, I'm overwhelmed because I'm trying to build myself up and y'all want me to help y'all build yourself up when y'all already built. So I got stressed out because of that. Like, and it was to the point where it was like, dang, I can't even help myself without trying to help y'all too, which I have no problem helping nobody do anything. But if I'm an upcoming hairstylist and I'm not making as much money as you're making because you have clientele, and the more that I'm trying to build myself up and get myself together, I'm being asked to do the same for you, it was kind of like, no, I'm not gonna do that. Like I was just like, no, I'm not doing that. And it was to the point where I was just like, I think I need to work from home. Like, I was like, I need to work from home. I want to be able to save my money, you know, which working from home, it sounds good. You know, you save your money, but you really don't want people at your house. So if you work from home, I mean, kudos to you, but now I would never go back to working from home. But it was a point where it was a situation where I wanted to work from home. Like, I had it in my mind that I wanted to stop working there because, you know, I was paying a booth rent that I really could not afford, y'all. I could not afford it. Listen to me, I could not afford $150 a week. But I was just like, I think I need to work from home. So I told my dad, I was like, you know, he had an extra room in his house, and I was like, can I do hair out of the room? Blah, blah, blah. Like, I want to set it up and do this. So he was like, you know, do whatever you gotta do. Like, you could do that. So I wanted to work from home, and the owner just told me, like, she kind of did me this favor and was like, because I know you want to go work from home and all this other stuff, like, I'll give you a month free, okay? So I was like, okay, cool. Mind you, I never asked for the month, didn't want, Like, I never asked for it because I knew that this is a business. You can't just ask people to do favors for you just because you know them or whatever the case may be, like, you know. So I really appreciated her doing that, which is cool. You giving me a month free was supposed to be my month of working my behind off, getting my money so I can, you know, pay you when I do get back on my feet. I can do that. So that's what was in my head. But it went from a month free to you doing favors for me because I gave you a month free, but I never asked for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want nobody to do nothing for me and expectations of something in return if that's not what is established at hand. You get what I'm saying? So it was kind of like, I did this favor for you, so you need to do this for me. And I was really like, no. Like, it may sound really bad coming from me, but I was like, no. Like, I can't do this for you. I can't do this for you. And I'm trying to do this for me. Like, I didn't ask for the month free, but I mean, if you suggesting that I stay here and you want to do that for me, then I thank you, and I'm going to get myself together so that I can pay you. But I'm not finna take this month free, be working on me as an individual stylist and helping you, an already established stylist who has a whole salon, got this, got that. Like, you're not, you know what I'm saying? Like, although, you know, they're older, they don't really know how social media work, and I do, and I'm figuring it out. It was just like, nah, I can't do that. So I feel like that became an issue, which it really didn't become an open issue, but it became an issue. And so I was just like, dang, I feel like it's some things that I need to change in my life in order for me to grow as a person. So y'all, I remember it like very, you know, I started going to church in September. I started going to church and, you know, just applying my life to God and, you know, listening, paying attention to what, you know, the pastor's saying and just applying what he said to my life. And I promise y'all, in that next month, which was October, everything changed. Like, my clientele went from basically nothing to something. And it was just like, dang. Like, it was a big eye-opener. Like, I gave up being, you know, stressed. I gave up, you know, doubting myself. So those are things that I had to surrender in order to, you know, become the person that I wanted to become. So I did that, and in October, it like changed. Like, my whole clientele changed. So I'm like, oh, I'm actually getting clients. I'm applying myself. I'm making deals. Y'all, I was doing deals every freaking week. Like, I was doing a deal every week. And then I had models, I had brand ambassadors, which brand ambassadors are cool, y'all. But it got to a point where I felt like I was being used. You know, even though I'm doing the hairstyles and I'm, you know, using them, doing their hair and, you know, promoting myself, I'm still doing y'all hair. I'm still doing the work. But it felt like I was getting used to a certain extent, to where it was just like, can you do my hair? Can you do my hair? And I wanted to promote, at the time, I didn't want to promote styles for real. I wanted to promote longevity. Like, you get your hair done by me, it's gonna last this week, that week. And it felt like I was getting used, y'all, because I wasn't getting nothing in return, which I didn't expect anything. But, you know, you have integrity and somebody has a relationship with you, and you know, you do things for people. I don't want to say you expect something back from them, but you would think that people have enough integrity to be like, you know, I see your work, I see what you're doing, I see what you're trying to do, and I respect it. And I just, you know, they you know, they did their job, they promoted me too, but it just, at a point, it felt like I was being used. And I was like, nah. Like, it worked out for the time being, and I sucked it up, and I kept doing it, and I was just like, you know, I feel used, but I'm gonna do what I gotta do to get to where I need to be. So if I gotta do these free heads, then hey, I'm gonna do these free heads. So that's what I did. And I just built my platform basically by you know, you gotta use your friends sometimes. Not use them in a bad way, but if you have a friend that's upcoming and they doing this, stick with them until they up, because you just never know, you know? Because the way I saw it growing, like the way I saw it coming up, everybody that was attached to me at that time, I was gonna make sure that I carried them with me because they supported me at the time. But at that time, it was never, I just didn't feel like the love was reciprocated. It was just always a beneficial thing for them because, you know, they getting something out of me, which was cool because I said I sacrificed a lot to get to where I'm at. So hey, and yeah, so the brand ambassador situation, like, I just was like, okay, once my clientele built up, it was just like, okay, Brianna, you know what you got to do. Just keep promoting these deals, keep doing these heads, take your pictures. And then I started thinking about like, okay, I need a signature wall. Because, you know, Instagram is all about the look and how things look. So I was like, I want a signature wall. I want a wall. So when I take my pictures, I use my hashtags. People know that that's me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted something that stood out about my pictures. So as I was saying before, it got to a point where at that salon, it was kind of like, I cannot do this anymore, y'all. I went from the front room to the back room. The back room was like a closet, but I wanted that separation because in the front of the salon, which was more people, it was just more of people like paying more attention to what I'm doing and trying to control that. That's how I felt. Like, it was just like, I don't know, just with older people, they feel like when they know more than you, they gotta tell you what to do and how to do it. And I feel like I had it all figured out. Like, I had my plan at this time. Like, I had the plan and I knew exactly what I wanted to do. So I moved to the back room, and then it was just like something in my spirit just kept telling me like, you don't belong here. Like, you don't belong here. Like, something deep down in my spirit just kept telling me that I do not belong here. Mind y'all, I had just started building my clientele. I couldn't afford the 150 booth rent. I wanted to leave. Like, something in my spirit just kept saying, you have to get, like, you have to leave. So I started looking up, you know, salon suites, looking at the prices, and I'm just like, dang, these prices are really high. Like, they want like 200 and up for a suite, you know, like they wanted a lot of money for a suite. But I just knew, like, something just kept telling me like, you have to leave, like, you just have to. So I searched up this suite. Like, I searched up plenty of suites, and then it was just one that stood out. It was like brand new. The building was just being built out. Nobody had been there. Like, the suites weren't even suites. Like, they were empty. You know, once I went to go tour it, the suites are empty. They were just like concrete. So I had made up in my mind, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna move into a suite because this is what I want. I want individuality. I don't want to be working in the salon. Is cool, but you have to deal with people's personalities. Like, you have to deal with everybody around you. And I just knew that I could not go any further if I stayed there. So I found a suite, talked to the owner of the suites, and it was official. Like, I was gonna move into my suites. I didn't tell the salon owner at the time because, you know, I didn't get no keys, I didn't sign no paperwork or nothing, but I had already made up in my mind I was gonna move there. Y'all, my booth rent went from 150 to 240 something a week. So when I signed the lease, I honestly did not know how I was gonna pay this booth rent, y'all. I did not know. I didn't have a plan. I just knew I'm gonna make it work. Like, that's all I knew. So when it came time to leave the actual salon, and I actually told the owner, like, hey, you know, this is what's on my heart. I want to get a suite. Like, I'm gonna get a suite, and this is what I'm doing. It was like negative. Like, everything about me leaving became negative. It wasn't, okay, I see what you're trying to do. I want you to, you know, do what's best for you. Because when people leave your salon, it's not supposed to be negative, it's not supposed to be hate. Like, I was there for a whole year, you know, figuring myself out. I just graduated hair school, so it's like I was trying to figure it out. And I knew that I just had to leave. But everything about me leaving was not positive. Like, it was just like, oh, you leaving? What about me? What about what I got going on? And it was just like, it's like I didn't know what to say, because, like, all I know is right now, this is what's best for me in my time and my journey right now. Like, you're already established. You have this, you have that. So if I want to leave to better my career and do this, like, you should be happy for me, you know? And I just didn't get that type of vibe. And the one thing that I remember about me leaving was when we talked, and it was like my last day, and it was a sarcastic saying where it was like, because I told her, like, I want to be bigger than what I am now. Like, I want to be big. I want to do this. I want to do that. Like, I have dreams. I have goals that I'm making for myself, and I want to accomplish them. And if me leaving your salon is what I want to do, like, you should be happy regardless. And I remember her telling me, like, when I left, it was like, go be big, go be great. Like, go do, like, it was like, you want to leave to go do something that you can't do. It was like that. And that really stuck out in my head when I left. Because it was like, she want to be big, she want to be great. Like, it was kind of like that. It wasn't like, I think you could be big. I think you could be great. And when I heard that, it really turned me up. Like, I didn't say nothing. I was just like, you know, thank you. Because I am. I'm going to do exactly what you're sarcastically saying to me. I'm going to do exactly that. And I feel like a lot of people, within my journey, I feel like a lot of people, you know, doubted what I could do because they put their fears upon me, but I didn't have no fear. Like, once I started going to church and I applied it to my life and I set this mindset in my head that I'm gonna be good, I'm gonna be that, like, that's what it was. So even my own, like, family, like, I don't want to say they were unsupportive of what I wanted to do, but they tried to project their fears on me. Like, they were like, why would you do that? You can't even pay this. Why would you get a salon? Why would you get a suite? Why would you do that? Like, you can't afford it. And it was just like, this is not your journey. This is my journey. So if I have a vision in my head of what I'm going to do, that's what I'm going to do. So I just never listened to the people around me trying to tell me what and how to do with my career, you know. So if I wanted to take a step out on faith and I failed, then I failed. Like, that's on me to see that. But I didn't feel like I was gonna fail. So when I was told to go be great, y'all, that's exactly what I did. I got my suite. My clientele jumped tremendously as when I got my suite, and things went up. I started making videos. I had a back wall. If y'all know the stripe wall, the famous stripe wall. I love that wall. But I had a stripe wall. Like, I made sure my pictures was posted. I started doing reels. When I blew up on reels, like, my Instagram, if you know, you know. Like, if you've been following me for like since I started, you know, like, my Instagram used to be BriannaRenee.m, like, my whole full name. I don't know who told me to do that, but it was like, as soon as I changed my name from that to Tamed by Bri, like, my reels went crazy. Like, it was like video. They was getting thousands of views, and then I hit a mill. Like, the reels just started, like, the views just started rolling in. So I'm like, dang, now I gotta really go through with this. And everything just changed for me. Like, my whole career went from me not being able to pay $150 a week to paying my booth rent, which is $240. Well, paying my suite rent, which is $240 something a week, which is like $1,000 a month. Paying my car note, like, I'm paying bills, like, I'm doing what I can do. And then it was just like I can do this. Like, and eventually, like, my family, they started to believe, okay, you know, we were scared for her to do this, but, you know, now it's like, we just got to sit back and watch, because she's not going to listen to us. She's not gonna, you know, listen to us tell her not to do this, not to do that, because at the end of the day, like I said, this is my career, this is my faith, this is what I believe, so I'm going to do that. And I was in my suite, I kid you not, for a year, and I started, you know, everything started going up, y'all. I had just got me a new car. In 2020, I had got a new car. Like, that was so unexpected. I did not want a car. I started saving my money. Like, everything was just amazing. Like, everything was so amazing. And after it became good, I was just like, dang, like, I want to own my own salon. Like, I feel like I can do it, because everything going up. Like, I started making reels, and my reels blew up. So now it's like, okay, now I'm creating this platform. Now it's beyond just doing hair. Like, I'm creating a platform, I'm creating a fan base. So it's like, now you can do more because you have so many people watching you. And then it was like, oh, I want to take a class with you. So y'all, I'm nervous. I'm like, classes? Like, I just wanted to be, you know, a hairstylist and make my money and, you know, love what I do, because I actually do love doing hair. But I was just like, I wanted it to be simple. I just wanted to be comfortable. But, you know, God had other plans for me, and everything became more. Like, every time I turned around, it was something better happening. So, you know, my reels and stuff started blowing up on Instagram. And then I was just like, dang, it's by that time. Like, I want to look for a salon. So I would go on Craigslist like every other weekend, looking at salons and how much they cost. Like, just open spaces to make a salon, like, you know, put a salon. And then I just, you know, I just kept searching and searching and searching. So I would never get successful, because, you know, God got a timing for everything. So eventually, like, something opened up, literally, which is my shop, which is literally across the street from my salon suite. So I didn't have to, like, tell my clients, hey, I know I'm in Cimarron now, but now we finna go across the country to get your hair done. Like, it literally was across the street from my suite. So it's like, people don't have to go, they don't have to go to a different place. Like, it's literally a minute, like it's right there. So I'm like, okay, the salon opened up and everything was just, everything. Like, I'm like, dang, I got a salon. I only been doing this for I only been doing this for real for 2 years because I had graduated school. I went to work in a salon for a year. After the salon, I was in the salon suite. And then that next year, I opened up my own salon. And it was just like, okay, now you applying yourself. Like, now you doing what you gotta do. Like, I studied social media so well to the point where I couldn't be stopped. Like, I really couldn't be stopped. I opened my salon. I furnished my salon with no help because, like I said, like, my family is, I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say that my family's not wealthy and they're not gonna look out for me, because they are, but I didn't want that. Like, I wanted to get everything on my own because I can easily be like, hey, can I get this, can I get that? And, you know, they're gonna make sure it happen. But I wanted to do something on my own and be successful on my own because I know that I'm capable of something, you know? So I did everything on my own, paid my security deposit, furnished my salon. And, you know, my family did help with some of the smaller things that I needed, but majority of it was me. And after that, that's when TikTok came into play. I started blowing up on TikTok, doing all these great things. And then y'all know I do Sha'Carri hair. So from the moment I started doing her hair, she's been loyal, faithful to me. I love her to death. And she look out for me every time. Like, whenever she got something going on, she makes sure I do her hair, and she look out for me with everything she does. And she's opened so many doors for me, opportunities. Like, I have a resume with Nike and with Teen Vogue now. Like, she has definitely put me on a lot of different things that's, you know, behind the scenes, stuff that I don't really show because, you know, I take my blessings as they come. And I feel like everything don't have to be advertised. But I'm just grateful for the things that are happening because they're happening. But now it's like, I'm just this, I would say right now I'm comfortable. Of course I want to do more, and it's a lot of things that I still want to do that I haven't done. But basically the moral of this whole video is just to tell y'all to, like, just always believe in yourself. Don't if you have a goal or a dream that you want to achieve, you don't have to listen to everybody around you, because we don't all have it figured out. Like, we all take it day by day. We all have the same 24 hours, but we all do different stuff with our 24 hours. So if you have something that you want to do, make sure you do it for you. Don't do it for the next person. Like, and believe in yourself. If you want to step out on faith, step out on faith. If you want to do this and do that. Like, do it for you, because this is your life to live. We all got our own life to live. And just because something's working for somebody else don't mean it's gonna work for you, and vice versa. So I feel like a lot of people look at me and they see that I'm doing it and I got this and I got that, but a lot of people don't know, like, this really was a journey for me. Like, yeah, I wanted to quit doing hair, and at the peak of me wanting to quit doing hair, that's when I met Sha'Carri. And that's when, you know, a lot of things started shifting for me. So it's like, you never know, like, your breaking point can really be your breakthrough. So just don't give up on your dreams, and don't think because you see the next person on Instagram being happy doing this, doing that, like, they ain't go through nothing, because a lot of people do go through a lot of things that we just don't see. And that's just what it is. But y'all, I really worked my ass off to get to where I'm at, and I'm still not done. There's still a lot of stuff that I want to do, that I'm trying to do, and it's only gonna get better for me. So I'm not really, you know, stressed about it. But I just wanted to give y'all a little background on my journey, because it's really been a long road. And I just know, like, y'all thought I was turned up now. Like, I'm really about to turn up, but, you know, only time will tell. But I'm very thankful for where I'm at. I'm very thankful for where I'm at, and I'm thankful for all the people that do support me, that look up to me, admire me, because I do get, like, questions every day about, you know, simple things. And y'all know I'm young. I'm only 24, and I'm doing a lot of big stuff in a short amount of time. So if I could do it, you definitely could do it. So just don't give up. And that's really pretty much all I gotta say about this whole video. But yeah, I don't get emotional, like big emotional, but I do get emotional about, you know, my journey, because I feel like it was hard. Like, it really was hard. And then just to sit back and think about like all the stuff that I really did in such a short amount of time, like, I'm just really blessed and I'm grateful to be here. And it's only gonna get better. But with that being said, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I hope it gave y'all a little insight on, you know, believing in yourself and trusting God and what he got planned for you. And just make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, which I want to see more of. And I love y'all per usual. And I'll see y'all in the next video.